Mr. Morris, you have five minutes to come across with your testimony.
Chairman Benishek, Ranking Minority Member Brownlee, and distinguished members of the Health Subcommittee. The American Board of Physician Specialties thanks you for examining the issue of overcoming barriers to more efficient and effective VA staffing. Veterans should never be shortchanged in their medical care. Recruiting qualified and highly skilled physicians to work within the VA health system is needed now more than ever. What many do not know is that physician politics, along with existing discriminatory and monopolization practices of the American Board of Medical Specialties, are keeping excellent physicians out. What is indefensible is that they are not denied because of their training, education, or experience. These highly skilled physicians are being denied employment solely based on their choice in board certification. Dr. Robert N. Winokur is a prime example of this very discrimination going on within the administration. Dr. Winokur, a veteran himself, was a Green Beret and former member of Special Forces. He was even handpicked as battalion surgeon to lead the medical treatment of 400 of our Special Forces. He wanted to work at the VA. He applied for 7 positions and was never even called back for an interview. This was not due to his training. Dr. Winokur, a graduate of University of Alabama Medical School, is residency trained in radiation oncology and is a fellow of the American Academy of Radiology. In addition to his medical profession, Dr. Winokur is also an attorney in hospital administration with a focus on waste, fraud, and abuse. The only barrier that prevented Dr. Winokur from working at a VA was his choice in certification. He chose each position required ABMS certification only. Dr. Winokur chose ABPS. And because of that choice, he is consistently denied the opportunity to take care of his fellow veterans. We are here to ask the VA to cease their discrimination of ABPS physicians, such as Dr. Winokur. Behind this discrimination is the fact that most people do not understand what board certification is. Board certification is a choice and an indicator that a practitioner has demonstrated their mastery of the core body and knowledge of skills in their chosen specialty. Currently, there are 3 recognized multi-specialty certifying bodies: the American Board of Medical Specialties, the American Osteopathic Association, and the American Board of Physician Specialties. ABMS, the largest of the 3, is made up of 24 individual specialty bodies, making many believe that they are all different entities. This structure has hidden the monopoly that ABMS has been establishing, making many believe they are the only one. ABMS is not the only higher standard board. There are others that meet or exceed their standards. In fact, ABPS is the only one of the 3 to have received an independent affirmation of the high standards of its exams through an exhaustive review process performed by Castle Worldwide. Since 1994, ABPS has approached the department regarding these discriminatory staffing issues, creating barriers to hiring skilled physicians. Each time, the administration would protect the ongoing monopoly and respond that they had no plans to recognize anyone else. In 2011, ABPS returned to the administration to stop the discrimination and further explain that we were a part of the current standard of certification. They again refused to see the issues. All these discussions were led by former Undersecretaries of Health, Drs. Petzl and Jesse, along with Dr. Karen Sanders, all board certified by the very same organization, keeping ABPS and other highly skilled physicians out. What is most confusing is that under the GI Bill, ABPS has been reviewed and approved by the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Yet, they stated to us that it does not mean they have to accept it. The VA reimburses for ABPS's board certification, but will not recognize it for hiring or promotion. The administration also stated to us that board certification is not a requirement, that it is left to the discretion of the local VA. However, this has not been the case. According to USA Jobs, there are over 1,000 open physician positions. Most blatantly discriminate by requiring ABMS/AOA only, limiting the ability to fill much-needed positions. Only few hospitals recognize ABPS and have hired them to fill their staffing needs. The Kansas City VA sets a good example of this, providing a higher level of care. Some also have hired ABPS physicians, but ABMS continuously creates a hostile work environment and openly discriminates them. Many of those physicians are not here today because they feared retribution or loss of their jobs. ABPA wishes to contribute to solutions to ensure that veterans receive the highest quality of care. A directive from the Office of the Secretary of the VA needs to be in place that creates anti-discrimination policy, that clearly defines board certification and goes beyond just the acceptance of ABMS/AOA. Job listings should no longer allow for one specific board over another. We also ask that a quarterly reporting structure be developed. Whereas VA healthcare institutions report on applications received, the denial and hiring of physicians, and all applicant boards being identified, having identified individuals accountable for this oversight. All done in a similar manner as corporations are required to identify and ensure minority hiring. This will allow for transparency in the credentialing process, and local VA medical centers will be held accountable. Thank you again for this opportunity. The ABPS looks forward to working with you to improve hiring practices and end the discrimination. Most importantly, our veterans' health, safety, and care must be placed before physician politics and the egos of a few. It is what they deserve.
Thank you, Mr. Morris.